Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pyramid Book Club books discussion. We are going to be talking about Upgrade by Blake Crouch. We all actually have the book with us now.
And they all are the same color this time.
Yeah. So welcome, and I hope if you have read it, great. You can stick around for the spoiler section. If you haven't read it, we are going to start with non-spoiler discussion. And then if you want to stick around for the spoiler section because you don't care, that's fine. But we will start with non-spoilers for people who haven't read the book or like haven't had the chance or whatever. Hi, Nellie. Nellie, did you read Upgrade? I think you did. I can't remember.
Do we want to talk about our, not to commandeer this, relationship with Blake Crouch?
Yes, let's do that. Please, you can absolutely commandeer anything you want.
Thank you. I'm good at doing that on accident.
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead.
I have read, including this one, 6 of his novels and a short story. Dark Matter is one of my all-time favorite books. His Wayward Pines series is one of my favorite series. And I don't want to say my rating yet, but so far, excluding this one, they've all been 4 or 5 stars. So.
Nice. This is my second Blake Crouch. I read Dark Matter because of Lexi, because of a video that we did together. But I really enjoyed that one, and I'm not going to tell you my rating for this one yet. But
Gotcha. And I won't share my rating yet either, but this is my first Blake Crouch book. So, yeah, it's an interesting introduction to him. I have Dark Matter on my shelf back there. I just haven't read it yet, which was kind of on purpose so that this would be my first Blake Crouch. So we get a whole range of experience with his writing.
Yeah. I have another spoiler-free question as well.
Okay. Hi, Michelle. Hello,
also,
everyone.
Whenever we're talking about things, let us know your answers in the comments.
Yes, please do. I feel like my brain is empty, so
it's fine. I have a lot to talk about.
I'm really glad that you have a lot to talk about.
Do we all want to talk about our relationship with sci-fi in general as well?
Yes, that's a good idea.
I don't have to start this time. I keep talking a lot.
Michelle.
Okay, so I'm pretty new to sci-fi, also, again, because of Lexi. God damn. God, I really want to talk about this book. And that's it. That's my answer.
Like, have you read, like, a decent amount for just starting? Like, is it something that you...
I really like accessible sci-fi. And like, I know Castleman right now is reading, I don't know what it's called. It's the Expanse series. That was the show that it was turned into. I don't remember. It's like Leviathan Wakes. I don't know what that is like and if that is considered accessible sci-fi for me. It is like set on like a colony in Mars. So that is like all I know, but as like all of the sci-fi that I have read, I have liked.
Okay.
So I'm probably a sci-fi girly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love sci-fi. I can't really count how many. I did do like a sci-fi. Okay, mostly it was an Andy Weir marathon. But it was, I think I read a couple other sci-fi books here and there. So I love it, but also I'm not like a science-minded person. So I really appreciate the ones that are like easy to understand if you don't have a background in science.
Definitely.
So yeah, but I love sci-fi, and I think there's so many different ways that it can be taken, and so there's like endless possibilities of what it can be. I'm not sure. I don't think I've read any that I don't like yet, but I also have not read that many.
Well, there's Artemis.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
there
just
is.
saying.
A book
We
does not
pretend
exist.
like I didn't read
It doesn't
it.
exist.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up because he wrote that. Okay, he published it. He was proud
Don't
of it.
say that to me.
Oh my gosh.
Before starting, I looked, and apparently I have read 61 sci-fi books.
Wow,
Was really surprising to
that's
me.
really shocking.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's also including like the sci-fi dystopian like
Yeah.
trilogies that I read in high school. So like, it's not like my go-to genre is sci-fi, but it was ranked number 7 out of like all of my genres.
Wow. Was that a story graph chart?
Yes,
A pie chart?
yes, most definitely. I tend to really love sci-fi. Some of my all-time favorite books ended up being sci-fi. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, generally I really love it, but I don't pick up a lot of it either.
Gotcha. Hi, Neva.
Ooh, I'm glad you did.
Whoa. I'm so glad, Eva.
That's good. That can be a game changer. First plate crowd.
Basically what we all said.
Yeah.
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 For
Michelle,
sure.
you just read Project Hail Mary too, right? I think you did. Am I making that up? I don't know.
So good. My father-in-law has my copy of Project Hail Mary right now. So
Ooh.
I have the dust jacket, but not the book. So.
This is how I
Mhm.
feel. Like it's like something I forget about, but then every single time I pick one up, I'm like, I enjoy the crap out of this.
Why don't I read it more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Because everybody in my live show gave it 5 stars. The
Yep.
joint.
As they should.
It was like 5 people, but like that's still a great odds.
Still all 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's that book. Not all that sci-fi.
Yeah.
Me too. A lot of mine were like mixed genre, like horror sci-fi, or that's my only thought. I don't know what other sci-fi mixes.
I was gonna say that's like it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Either,
gosh.
like, regular sci-fi or horror sci-fi.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking about Dead Silence.
I know.
I knew
Same.
that was gonna happen.
And I haven't really stopped thinking about it since I read it. It's so good. Ooh.
Do we want to do ratings? Let's do ratings.
Yes, we can absolutely. We're gonna start with try to be spoiler free with the rating as much as you can, and then we'll go into more detail for
All right, Monica, you first.
I hate you for making me spoil.
I know, that's fine.
I think I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I have not yet decided if I want to round up or down for like Goodreads because they don't have halves. But Storygraph, I'm going to give it 3.5, I think. I really enjoyed reading it. Like there was never a point where I was like, oh, I really don't really want to finish this. So I really liked it, but I didn't love it. Like there was nothing for me to like, oh, I really love this. I got to the end and was like, okay, cool. So like it was enjoyable, but I feel like I didn't latch on as much as I thought I would. So yeah.
Michelle?
I'm gonna give it 5 stars.
Wow.
I literally could not stop reading it. Like we were on sprints and stuff, and I literally wanted to shut off the sprints to
You read it in one day, right?
I read it in one day.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of, when you said that, I kind of was like, I wonder if that's because it was like so good. I didn't have the opportunity to do that, but
and also the audiobook was really good. It was just so fast paced. And I'm looking at Deb's comment and she said it's like a thriller sci-fi, and that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like I was also reading a thriller, and I was just like, I'm having the best time reading this. And my last comment is and I know I talked about this a little bit in my vlog where I didn't tell my rating, but it felt like the movie Limitless for me, which is one of my favorite movies. And that's exactly what it felt like. And I was like, I'm reading Limitless, and that's it.
So you said you like dark matter more still, or is that
I do. My rating is still dark matter.
So are you changing your rating for
I've
Dark
already
Matter?
changed it on Goodreads.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not on Goodreads.
Yeah, I changed it months ago.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, no problem.
My rating is 3 stars, but I could be convinced to give it 2.
Wow.
Oh,
I
okay.
am disappointed. I think it's just because I had such high expectations.
But yeah.
Being
See, I had no
obsessed.
expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like an all-time favorite book and an all-time favorite series. I just had really high expectations. And
Yeah.
I agree with Monica, there was never a point that I was like super attached to anything.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I felt like positive, but not like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it just-
I felt positive. So that's why 2 feels harsh, but I could have
Mhm.
DNF'd and I would have been okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Which
want to DNF.
we've got some DNFs in the comments.
I did do the
already.
I tried to read it physically. I got 6 pages in and I was like, I need the audiobook.
I don't think I could have. I can't do any book physically right now, but I actually don't think I could do this one physically. I'm glad the comparison to Limitless. Yeah, that's exactly. I was just like, this feels like a Bradley Cooper movie.
Which
and I
this
really
is funny because one of my like notes that I wrote was I feel like every couple of chapters I was like, wow, this really reminds me of this thing, or this really reminds me of this thing. And I was comparing it to like books and movies the whole way through. So like part of me is like, it was like PC of everything that I've seen before. But no, I've never seen Limitless, so I couldn't compare it.
Oh my god, you
I haven't either.
could see Limitless. It's literally
Now
one of
I
my
need
favorite
to.
movies. It's so good. And like we're at the I'm not gonna get spoilery, but we're at the part where like his DNA starts changing and stuff, and I was like, wait. It's literally Limitless on paper. That's it.
Wow. Well, now I need to watch.
Yeah, so good.
Nelly.
I know. And she was waiting. She was like, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna wait till we do start reading.
Oh my gosh. Welcome. We have not been on for super long, so we're still in the non-spoiler section.
Talking about Blake Crouch and sci-fi in general.
Yeah. Yes.
I definitely agree. It like wasn't as gripping as Dark Matter. Like Dark Matter, I still think about all these months later. And like I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year I'm like, oh yeah, I did read Upgrade. You know? Like it's not one that I think is gonna stay with me like Dark Matter has, but like I had a great time reading it, and that's like all I want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Reading, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
I don't think this book was bad. It's just like I made myself disappointed.
You didn't know what the jack. Yeah.
Well, we got another 5 stars.
5 stars. Look, the Michelles, we got each other's backs. Okay. And Kaylee.
This is not one that I'm questioning your choices. For giving it a high rating. What?
You're not questioning me?
No, I don't like. I think 5. Like there are certain books that I'm like, really? like
I can see why someone would give it 5 stars.
Yeah, definitely.
If I had read it in one sitting, maybe I would. But because I had to break it up into such small, like I just don't have time to read that much at a time right now. So
I read it all today.
Yeah. Also, Lexi read it, but like the difference for me was like I literally didn't want to put it down. You know, I was just like, okay, but what's gonna happen next? So that was like my
You just had a really great time.
I just had a really great time.
I'm really happy for you.
That's all I want when I read
that. I love that for you. 4.5. That's good. 5 stars.
Kaylee, I feel like I've asked you so many times, but have you only read Dark Matter and Recursion, or have you read other stuff? Because he actually has a whole bunch of stuff out. Even before the Pines trilogy, I think he has.
I love how you read it in one day with the physical book. That is just
could not be me.
That is impressive. Long.
A queen. Yes, I definitely agree, Deb. And like I just thought the narrator. But I just thought the narrator was a really good narrator. He like kept me because he would like start talking really like I was like already listening at 3 times speed, but then like something intense would happen and he would start talking even faster, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think it was a good audiobook.
Actually,
liked all
that
of his
that I can actually imagine. One of my so I did Post-it notes. I don't know if it's
Oh yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
And one of my Post-it notes had to do with like how fast they're talking.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it, that in an audiobook form would be
it was
very
so
interesting.
cool. Yeah, because I already listened so fast, but then like something intense would happen and he'd go even faster, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's actually really
Yeah, it was good. It was a good one.
Where was the audiobook available?
I bought it on Audible with a credit.
Okay.
Just
I got
because
it from Libro.
I have like 5.
My library had it. It just did not come in.
My library never got it. None of them.
Weird.
The one did.
It did finally.
Oh yeah,
like,
I got it a long time ago.
I don't know
because I was on hold for a long time.
Several months, yeah.
And I ended up being a 6-week wait.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was a good audio. I know you did.
Honestly, Lexi and Michelle don't tell me anything because I'm easily swayed with my opinions on things, which I've always known, but that's why they make me go first, because they know that I will potentially change my rating, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to change your opinion when you hear other perspectives.
No, but we want your initial thoughts.
But yes,
because if we just said our star rating and then you changed it, that's not real.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm not going to change my star rating just because I'm the outcast of the group, right? Like, it was a 5-star for me personally, you know?
Yes. Very true. Oh, I think I didn't do that one. Just dark matter and recursion. Okay. Casual fan.
Same. That's how I would say myself.
I mean,
the only the short story I read was in a sci-fi short story collection. And then I actually read the Pines trilogy first, I think. So.
Honestly, the only 2 books I read in like one day or one sitting, other than when I was camping, and 100% of the time that we were there was for reading. But like the only other books I've read in one day, the last 2 of them have been rom-coms.
Excellent.
Well Met and The Love Hypothesis.
Yeah,
they were full. Like, I just sat down on a Saturday morning and did not stop until Saturday night, and I was like, wow, top tier. And that's why I bought like 6 more. Yesterday was
a great day for you.
A great day.
She consulted me.
My wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought many a book. Many. Yeah. So, do any of you have any like things that you want to start with, questions or points that you want to like start talking about first? Lexi?
The synopsis. We didn't talk about the synopsis.
Oh, we didn't. You're right.
Oh, we didn't.
You are right.
I don't need to say it, but we should probably say that if we're gonna end our spoiler-free section.
Are we ending our spoiler-free section? Is there anything else that is spoiler-free that anyone wants to say?
Nope, not for me.
Okay, cool. So, let me look. I thought ahead and made banners. I'm getting the hang of this.
Are we going to talk about the synopsis or
no?
I
can do it. Okay. So Upgrade is, I forgot his name. That's why I'm looking at it.
I was just going to read it.
No, I just couldn't remember his name. Okay. So Logan Ramsey is, what is he, like a scientist? And he, God, this is so hard to explain. Jesus Christ. How do I do this?
Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please. Because I'm like, where do I even start?
Yeah. Okay, so we are following Logan Ramsey. He is a scientist. His mom was this like world-class, brilliant lady. Good for her. could not be me. And she ended up doing something bad. So he's like an outcast scientist, kind of. But like not, but he is, and he gets put in this situation where he ends up having his genes like mutate and make him pretty much a superhuman. And we're following him learning how to navigate these different changes and also like figure out why it happened to him and then going from there. That's all.
Very well said.
Good job. I was like, where do I start? So much.
What did I even read?
I was ready.
I feel like I
I
don't
was
even
prepared.
remember.
Michelle was going to tell us the entire book.
I was like, but wait, and then this happened.
You forgot about this.
It was better you took control because I was like, where do I?
I think when you really love a book, sometimes it's either you have nothing to say about it or you have everything.
I was gonna say everything. Okay.
I feel like I have just like random thoughts here and there. Like I have post-it notes, but like most of the post-it notes are just like, haha, look at that. Like I literally, my first post-it note was about, I didn't even let it stick out because it was so unimportant that I was like, well, there's no point in me even having it. I literally said, not the rhino. And I don't even know.
Of course you did.
Happened at the beginning with a rhino.
Okay, I would like to talk
the
about
rhinos were extinct. That's what happened, and I was really sad about it.
Not the rhino. I want to talk about his evil mom. Okay. I thought that was like a really good starting point for this book because like you think she's dead, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much his mom committed like mass killings of people because of a science experiment.
Yeah.
Which
and then
have issues with it.
Very interesting.
She was like,
so interesting. Yeah, like all this famine because of her, and now like he's dealing with it because she's dead, and the sister too. And I thought that was like a really interesting place to start, and I was like, I'm intrigued. So
yeah, I think like the world was set up pretty well, of like the setting of the state of the world. I did make a note that I feel like I never really understood exactly when the story was supposed to be taking place, which maybe we weren't supposed to know. But the descriptions were very good. I just feel like there were parts that were missing of like, I'm not really sure how we got to this point. I'm not really sure.
I think it's supposed to be in the future because there's a lot of talk about like climate change being even like more so an issue than it is now. Because that is a lot of the basis behind everything. Like climate change is an issue in this book and in real life, by the way. And like that is like why the whole thing with his mom kind of started, because the world could not sustain itself as it was.
Right. I love how relevant the themes were, like the climate change thing. Like that's a real life problem that we are always going to be dealing with. And a lot of like, there were a lot of quotes that I was like, oh, whoa, that's very accurate for today. And also like in this futuristic world that they are living in where it's even worse, but crazy. What?
I don't know, just the way you said it was funny.
Okay, you can make fun of how I talk then. It's fine.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, I'm going back to this one.
Yeah.
Same, Michelle.
I wish I could. I do.
Yep. Yeah, it was like dystopian thriller sci-fi all in one.
Yeah. That's like his brand.
It's great.
I know. I love that brand.
So, but I want to talk about, because I think I talked about this in my vlog too, where he is once again kidnapped, and he was also kidnapped in another one of his books. And I'm just like, there's a theme going on with Blake Crouch here. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was like kind of kidnapped. He wasn't as kidnapped.
He was still taken against his will, for sure.
Yeah. But not as Yeah.
Me having no context to any
sorry.
other reference.
I'm just like saying and knowing
Yeah.
God knows what I mean.
I do.
That was weird though, having him be like trapped in a glass room and just like observed.
Yeah, well, he was being quarantined because he like could have some sort of genetic or something mutation in general.
Well, that's how it started, and then it
Yeah.
became like a science experiment, and he's now the lab rat.
Yeah.
Listen, I liked it.
I did too.
I liked it a lot. That was not my issue. It just felt very similar. And I was just like, wait a minute.
Character was trying to keep his humanity.
Yeah, so in the other book that I read by Blake Crouch, his family is also like a main plot point. So like
It is in Recursion too.
Yeah, Blake Crouch really likes to talk about like family in his books, I can tell. Which I like was one of the reasons I didn't like Dark Matter as much as I think I wanted to. But then after thinking about it, I was like, I get it. So I think going into Upgrade, I was like, I bet you something's going to happen with his family. And that was just from reading one book by Blake Crouch that I like knew this was going to be a theme. So
yeah.
True. But like the family that he built, I was not really that other than him like keeping the tie to his wife and especially his daughter, like that. I mean, they weren't in it all that much. The main point was his contention with his mom and sister.
Yeah, I was laughing at Nellie's comment, not you.
I mean,
I definitely liked it.
Yeah,
I was just comparing it.
It's just that sentence is funny to me.
He definitely has themes he sticks to.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I don't even know what I would do. And then for them to find out later that he's not, like,
I know him just showing up, like, what would you do?
Who are they mad at? Like, how do you do that? How do you just cope?
I don't know.
He was creeping on his wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, the date.
Yeah,
the date.
Can you imagine if he'd gone up to the table and like actually been like, "Hi, I'm alive"?
He was thinking he was so close to being there, and then he just like backed out. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but also like because it's completely incomprehensible to us because he's also like his brain was upgraded, so he was seeing even more than we would see and like feeling it more. So as painful as it would be for us, like he would experience it so much more intense and like
a lot of my biggest issues with this book, and I think that led to my disconnect, is that we got too many of his thoughts. I'm like, sir, I don't need to know.
See, I would rather know men's thoughts. Am I alone?
It was like, I didn't need to know the specifics of everything, like, all the time.
I don't know. I kind of liked being in his brain because it was so upgraded, right? Like, he had so much shit going on. He was this, like, brand new person, and he lost everything, and now he's dealing with so much shit. I actually really liked being in his brain. So I liked it.
It was just too much for me.
I understand why you wouldn't.
The only time I didn't like it was when he started like rattling off scientific facts and like equations, and I'm like, this is unnecessary. Like, is anybody reading this right now? Like, there was at one point I literally stopped reading because I was finishing it last night, and I got to the one. I literally wrote my post-it note. Oh my gosh, this was the longest sentence ever with so much science, so many words.
Well, there was one
like
where he was like
paragraph.
Yeah.
About It was right after he got the like second upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm blinking and I'm also thinking and my brain is on sensory overload and there's cortical circuits and modulating, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
there
don't know
was
what you
one
just
that he-
said, but it was long. It was long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't care about the squirrel that's in the river across the like heartbeat.
I don't know. I liked being in his brain because I thought it
I-
was like a really cool brain.
I liked it to a certain extent, but I just think that like it's not that I didn't care, it's that I wanted other things as well. Like
Okay.
I think that it could have been shorter, or it could have, I don't know. I'll come back once I have a real thought on that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will say, like, I don't think this one was as sciencey as I expected it to be with like the DNA stuff. Like I was expecting me to be like completely lost, but even when we're in his head and he's talking about all the science stuff, I like was still like in it. I was like, okay, I understand what you're talking about.
Mhm.
So I felt proud
Looks
of
like
myself.
a lot
for
of
that.
people agree.
Yeah, it's okay. So I think it's not that I didn't like hearing his thoughts. It was just there wasn't enough plot to go with all of those thoughts.
That's true. It was like a lull in plot at one point
Yes.
where it's just like him being like, "Oh fuck, you're
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Okay.
like it's obviously important to see him like, because it wasn't just his muscles that were improving, it
Yeah.
was literally
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
So like I think that it was the right choice. It's just like it was too much because there wasn't enough plot for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me either. It was just like I
Mhm.
needed more other things as well.
Yeah.
So
I feel
it
like
either
there
needed
was
to be
the
shorter or
frequency.
longer.
Yeah, the frequency to me was the frequency of like the weird like calculations and listening to things, which I guess it's fine to be there because I could just skip it. Like it's my personal choice. If it's a sentence that I'm like, don't know what that means, and thinking about it's not going to help me, I can just skip it, and that's not a
Yeah.
huge
You mean
deal.
you didn't sit down and analyze every single sentence in this entire book?
Yeah.
I actually read and reread the listing when he kept repeating all of those DNA molecules.
Oh my god, it went so fast in the audiobook, and I was just like,
I know. I was like, there's so many letters right now.
And then when he starts talking about the location of her lab,
uh-huh.
and he's like interrogating, and who was it? Was it Nadine at that point? Yeah, and he just starts repeating the listing of like the locations, and then he's getting faster and faster, and I'm sitting here like,
What was her sister's name?
I don't remember.
Because Nadine was his like partner from
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Tara.
do think he did well at explaining the science things.
Mhm.
Like,
I
Made
think he
the
does that
important
really well.
things clear.
yeah, I was not lost. I was
Mhm.
like, I am watching reading Limitless. I am fine.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I feel like it was kind of a lot for the reader too, because he's
Yeah.
experiencing so much, but maybe that was the
experienced
point.
the upgrade too.
Yeah, I think maybe that was the point.
Yeah.
In that
I
lull of
agree.
plot. Yeah.
I agree. I just didn't really.
If you didn't like it, that's
Mhm.
I personally liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do you want to go back because I didn't want to miss this one? This was so funny too. Yeah, the new boyfriend was just like,
He's just like,
Hey.
"What's up, buddy?"
like, yeah, I get it.
He
Maybe-
walked away.
Maybe he saw him at the bar on their date
He could have.
and just.
But
didn't
did he
say it.
know what he looked like? I mean,
He
I guess
might
he was on the
not
news
have.
and stuff. Yeah.
But he could. Well,
I don't
yeah.
know.
He could have been on the news and stuff.
Yeah, he could have, or he could have just been like, "Oh yeah, that's the creep from our date."
But why would he be so chill? Why wouldn't he be like, dude, why are you following us?
Well, I don't think he followed them. He just like tried to walk up to the table when he was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So like, maybe he could have put two and two. Like maybe after that, like she told the new guy that her previous husband was dead,
Mhm.
and he was like,
Mhm.
"I'm not gonna be the one to tell you you're wrong." And then later, he's like, "Yep."
Yeah, there he is.
I had made a comment on my one of my notes. This is like super. Sometimes my brain just like picks the small things that it's like, huh, why? But I thought it was really funny. It was right after he gets kidnapped. When Kara like rescues him,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
go into hiding, and they're like, we can't let anyone know we're here. We have to be super secretive. And then she like orders those derma fillers, and it's like drone dropped by their door. And I was like, first of all, you just used a drone to deliver groceries. Aren't they going to know you're there? And then two, my note here was, if this is a world that is so reliant on facial recognition, and they use those like the CCTV like to track people, why are derma fillers so easy to just buy online?
That's a good question.
Like if they depend on facial recognition for everything in like their crime and like all this stuff, I'm like, why is it so easy for them to just buy things that can change their face?
Yeah. Did you guys like, who did you think was rescuing him initially? I thought it was the mom.
I also thought it was the mom. I was like, there is no way she drove herself off this cliff. Like, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
I didn't think anything. I genuinely was like, I didn't even think about who it was.
That's fair. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Like I think I wrote on one of my post-it notes, I was like, huh, I didn't think about that. It's cool, but I didn't see it coming, but I did not see it coming.
I didn't even realize he had a sister until later. I guess I missed that part.
Oh yeah,
That would
that's
be a
like
surprise
really. He talks about her a lot in the beginning.
I zoned that out. Apparently.
Okay, that's totally fine.
I also listened to the first 7% last night when my brain was malfunctioning.
Oh yeah, that was rough. And she's definitely in the first 7%.
So that's probably my.
Okay, we all thought it was the mom and that she was still alive. So at least we were all on the same wavelength. That's good. Can you go to Deb's comment?
Yeah, I'm like working.
That's fine.
Trying to
less an Amazon order. Yeah, she did seem to be very connected in the science world. I mean, like
that would make more sense.
More so than he was, and he was like more in the science world.
Yeah,
so.
But he also didn't question it. He didn't question like, where'd you get this from? Like,
okay, but if you like trust your sibling, right, at that point.
But did he?
At that point in the book.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Because I mean, he just thought that
he didn't know she was crazy yet.
Not yet.
He just thought that she rescued him.
Exactly.
True. Okay, so yeah. Let's be all the time. Makes sense.
We got it, Kaylee.
Yeah, at that point, I'm sure he had seen pictures and was like, "Well, I know who you are."
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had modified his face, so it's possible they didn't. That's
true. That's
or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Okay, there was one line that I like. He said that he put on non-permanent eyeliner to make his eyes look longer, like the shape, and I was like, okay.
Is there permanent eyeliner?
He said non-permanent because I was like, wait.
Well, maybe in this world there is permanent. I would like permanent eyeliner.
You can do that.
I know, but it's $1 billion. Is
it?
It's very.
It's also scary to get a tattoo on your eyelid.
Yeah, I probably could not do that anywhere else. Really,
I'd be like,
not on my eyeball. I don't think.
I don't know. I could do that.
They also do lipstick. I could do the lipstick fine.
Yeah, they do.
I can do the eyeliner.
In the comments, let us know if you would get permanent eyeliner.
Let us know.
Oh my gosh.
But it turned out, yes. Yeah. I thought that, yeah. No, if I'm paying all this money,
it better be perfect.
It has to be precise. Okay. I never want to have to do them again.
This would just be not fair.
I got LASIK.
For sure.
So like, I'm done with my eyeballs, really. That's it.
Isn't that something that has to be done again?
No.
Oh. Does it with some people? I feel like it does, but
I don't know. He said, "See you never again." I was supposed to have an appointment 6 months after in case something was wrong, and I canceled it.
Oh.
Because
nothing was wrong.
He said, "Your eyes might be really dry for a year. It's been over a year and they weren't dry ever." So.
Me too.
Yep.
At Monica's wedding, she had a makeup artist, and I freaked out. Not freaked out, but like my eyeballs freaked out when the lady tried to put mascara on me, and she got mascara in my eye because of my eyes, like
because you were freaking out.
Yeah, it wasn't her fault; it was my fault. But like,
wearing contacts makes my eyes less sensitive. Like I can touch my eyes and it's fine.
I can touch my eye too.
I can't.
So like I don't know, like
somebody else coming at my eye.
Somebody else. I was fine with the eye makeup, but every time that lady used the airbrushed foundation, I like jerked every single time because it's like a puff of air in your face.
Yeah.
And she laughed at me every single time because
I think if they like numb my eyeball, I could get the permanent eyeliner.
If I was knocked out, I would do it.
I think it's becoming
knock me out and do it. Although like my eyeliner in the morning takes like less than 30 seconds. So like, is it worth it? Probably not.
Probably not. Most people seem to agree that it's not worth it.
If it was very affordable and I was knocked out completely, do it.
Maybe.
Yes.
My sister not. Yeah.
It kind like you can't tell.
Oh, that's a disappointment for her.
I like how it was two major things in this one sentence. I mean, one like comment. I was like, I totally agree with you, and then we were like, oh no. Yeah, why not?
Let's try. If I was knocked out, but I would like get it so that it was not any sort of specific wing, because the style for that changes all the time. I would just like
get the base liner, and then you can accessorize it with the wings every day.
I also don't really do a wing much anyway when I do wear eyeliner, so
I barely wear makeup ever, except for on the weekends now. I wear it for fair, and when I did it the first time, like 2 weeks ago, it had been probably over a year since I had done my makeup, and I was literally in front of the mirror like, I don't remember what to do with my hand here. Like, I don't.
My problem is I'm too lazy to take it off at night. So
mine is pretty easy to come off. I have a really good remover.
Oh, mine is easy to come off. I just am laying in bed. I'm like, oh, I have makeup on. I'm not getting up. Michelle has yelled at me.
That's also a problem.
Yeah, it's true.
So true.
I kind of like how the sister turned out to be the villain, though, because like in the beginning you trust her, he trusts her, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Psych." Actually,
and then the whole plot, like after then, is just him trying to stop her.
Yeah,
because she decides she's gonna take over the mom's vision. So
yeah, I thought that was all like the way everything came together. I thought was really cool. Like I really liked that plot.
I would like to talk about the epilogue once we've.
Oh yeah, we can talk about the epilogue. It's been 45 minutes. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. I don't remember if there's anything else that I had written down of note before the epilogue. Pretty sure that was it. So yeah, we can do the epilogue.
I thought it was very info dumpy.
Yeah.
And then we find out that he's doing his own worldwide upgrade anyway. That was good. That was good.
Except like his actually makes sense, but at the principle of you just did exactly what you stopped your mom and sister from doing.
I very much enjoyed that part.
I mean, it seemed to work from what he was like describing of the results. Like, it was weird because I was like, oh, it seems like your thing is kind of working, but also morally
Yeah. I like the whole moral dilemma part
Yeah.
of the fact that like the whole book was him being like, this is bad, don't do that, and then he ends up doing it anyway.
I think that's what made me love it like even more. I was just like,
I really like that.
Yeah.
He has. That's true.
Yeah.
And then her friends die.
Yep.
Like they die when she does, but they like. Yeah, she never really had too many people. Sorry, they're going everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I've said this before, and I got yelled at, but in the Marvel movies, Thanos is like,
he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yes, and like in theory, he's not wrong, but he's not right. I'm not saying that we should get rid of half of the people in the world. That's not what I'm saying. But
like his results are accurate. Like what he's trying to achieve. Like it makes sense that he wants the success. But yeah, he did not go about it well.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I thought that was a super interesting thing, and it reminded me of this whole situation as well, because it's kind of the same thing. Like you're knowingly killing people to improve the world and the people in the world. Like I don't know. I just think that's a very interesting just thing to think about in general.
Yeah.
Like
they both thought that they knew what they were doing, and clearly they didn't. And then he's just like, but I'm better. Like I know.
Yeah. Men.
Are you?
Men.
Ridiculous. Also, yeah, why were all the evil people women?
Yeah, Blake Crouch.
All the villains.
Well, he's kind of a villain at the end.
Yeah, he's the villain too.
If they are villains, then he's a villain.
Yeah.
Except all the people that were deceptive were women. His mom, his sister, and his partner.
Yeah, but those are the only 3 women.
The only 3 women in the whole story were evil.
I'm down for evil women. But I get what you're saying, yes.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that while I was reading. It wasn't even a big thing.
But like he could be killing people. He just, because it hasn't been like, it wasn't hardcore.
People haven't died
yet. He doesn't know where things are going to go from where he is when he's writing that letter.
Right.
So it could end up going terribly.
That town, it was what, like a 10-day process or something? Like, okay, so maybe his is longer than 10 days. Like,
also the just being in the town I thought was so cool, even though we are like in a pandemic. Like it was different.
When he's like walking through and the doors are marked and like all that kind of stuff.
I just thought it was like I Am Legend-y, and I was like, okay.
Michelle, I really think you're going to love Recursion and the Wayward Pines trilogy.
I'm gonna get to them eventually. I'm going through books so fast that look at you go.
I know. And I think the Wayward Pines trilogy is really easy to read physically.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very interesting.
It is interesting. I've only seen it once, and I still think it's interesting. Yeah.
If you think at it from a logistics point of view, yes, their plans make sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
that doesn't make it okay.
But as a humanities perspective, no.
Yeah.
It does.
That's also a whole nother thing.
And that's what I think he had mentioned. He's like, well, if we're all heading towards this point where we all shut our emotions off, like just the 2 of them were upgraded and they tried to kill each other how many times? Like
that's so interesting.
It's not going to end well for everyone to be in that state.
Oh yeah, they were good. They weren't deceiving everyone.
That's true. I forgot about
that. But he always writes the family as god tier people.
Yeah, I kind of forgot they weren't in it They really weren't in it that
Yeah,
much.
they were. It was definitely a backstory, which was fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think that he was specifically killing people, but like he doesn't know that he's not like long term. It's just the idea that like
it's
The whole
definitely a
point
gray area. I do feel like this part is up for interpretation. So
yeah,
the
which
fact that
I
he did
like.
exactly that, what he said not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he wrote in his letter about like, you might hate me for what I did. Like he knows, he actively knows like this might not be a good idea.
And he still does it.
And then he still goes, men.
Men.
Also, I had to say, because this was one of the notes that I made about like comparing the story, like things that just reminded me of other stuff. And the daughter, like when he was first upgraded and he started playing chess with the daughter, the only thing I was thinking in my head was Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit. And when I tell you, after I watched that show, I thought about it endlessly for an entire year. Like every single day of my life, I had some sort of thought that was like, oh, Queen's Gambit was so good. Like it was you, but with Heartstopper, but like for me, it was like the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, okay, then I understand.
Yeah, except I only watched the show once, and it still had that effect on me. So like reading this, like when he's playing chess with her and he's like seeing the moves ahead of time, I was like, I don't know what this. I have like an image from the show, but also the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
It's
I know what it is.
It's essentially it's a very similar concept of like the advancement of the brain, where she's given a drug that allows her to use like her whole brain, and slowly throughout the movie she gains more because what is it, you only use like 6% of your brain or whatever it is, the number, but she gains the ability to utilize the entirety of her brain, and so she has these abilities, and like in my head, that's what I was imagining for the upgrade. And so I was like, cool. Wow, this is very, like, I'm picturing you with Scarlett Johansson's face, Logan Ramsey. But those are like the two things I just kept thinking about while I was reading. I was like, oh, this is very much like this.
And mine was Limitless.
And yours was Limitless. And now I need to watch Limitless.
You really should. It's actually good.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a starvation.
Yeah, it was like a famine. Like people are starving because they talked about food a lot. How like the restaurant that his wife was in on that date. It was like a rare thing to have like real food or something.
Yeah,
he brought it up a bunch of times.
Yeah, I guess climate change.
Yeah, and the famine experience.
No plants and there's no animals.
Yep.
So they're eating synthetic foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the way, at least from my experience with Blake Crouch, like he always writes the family as like good. Like he's trying to get back to his family always, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know because I haven't read them.
Well, you do know from Upgrade.
I do know this one.
You know. So wrong.
So bad. And then she pretended to die because of it.
Smart. I know. It was just like...
No, not really.
Yeah.
There weren't that many characters. Like
it wasn't, no.
It was not a very big cast of characters.
Which is what I like. I would get overwhelmed by characters, so...
Especially when like the characters that we have, half of them get upgraded, so they're like hypersensitive. If there were too many people involved, it would be chaotic.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I just remember him like bringing it up a lot, but like this restaurant in particular was like super expensive because it was real meat, is what he kept saying. Yeah, because they were supposed to go on the date together before he got upgraded and kidnapped. I remember. I heard this
How
like
dare she take her new boyfriend to the same restaurant?
I know. Yeah,
the only
he was
restaurant
kind of upset about that. He was like, we were supposed to go on this date, and I'm like, ooh, drama.
So he says, I'm going to go to our daughter's graduation and I'm going to ruin your whole life.
Yeah, here I am.
I'm going to write you so many letters and you're never going to forget me.
I think I've decided on 3 stars. I was just still salty about it not being as good as the other ones, in my opinion. But 3 stars feels right.
But if you think about it individually as its own book, rather than as a Blake Crouch collection.
Yes. Still felt very 3-star to me, though.
Yeah. I think that's why he brought it up so much. Like, I thought he brought it up a lot. And then I was just like, okay, but the reason he is because this was his whole mother's work. Like, that was her whole, that's what she did. So it made sense for me. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad this time I don't have COVID.
None of us have COVID.
Yeah, mine was last time, and then yours was the time before.
Yeah.
I didn't get COVID from Harry Styles. So.
Victory. Isn't there a 14-day period?
Now they're saying 10.
Well, it still hasn't been 10 days, has it?
I know, but I'm still feeling good, kicking it.
We're gonna think positive.
I don't want you to get it, obviously.
I feel like I already had it, so my antibodies were probably like, we can go to Harry Styles, it's fine.
Your antibodies said, let's go party.
Let's just go.
Live it up. Do you guys have any other points you wanted to bring up?
I really liked it. Thanks for making me read it. Oh, are you guys gonna keep it? That's why I want to ask.
I am, because it's a Blake Crouch book.
Okay.
But if it was not, I would not.
Okay. Fair. Are you gonna keep it, Monica?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine. I also, like, my bookshelves aren't full yet. So if anything, I need it to, like, fill space. But also, like, am I attached to it that I would never get rid of it? No.
Yeah.
But, like, right now, like, I enjoyed it enough that I will hold on to it.
Honestly, I could see me in like, a couple of years being like, that was a good time, but it's time to get rid of it now. But, like, as of right now, I'm definitely gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and because I have Dark Matter, it's not going to be the only Blake Crouch, so I can put them together. Except that their colors do not go well together.
It's like one's orange, one's blue, one's yellow.
They're so neon.
Yeah. I'm excited for his next one whenever that comes out, though. Like,
I will 100% be reading it.
Yeah, he's definitely an auto-buy author for me now. Like, and I'm trying to get Castleman to read Dark Matter, and I probably will have him read Upgrade. So.
Recursion is fun because that one's time travel.
And I'm gonna read Recursion, so
Castleman and I can buddy read Dark Matter.
Yeah, that'll be so fun.
I love that.
I'm gonna look for the audiobook of Recursion right now that I'm thinking about it.
Let us know in the comments if you are gonna read from Blake Crouch in the future. Do we want to talk about our upcoming stuff?
We do. I didn't bring any of those books, so sorry. I barely brought Upgrade.
I have this one.
Yeah, that's the one I have. So our next book so we're doing 2 books in September. And it's going to be streamed on all 3 of our channels, right? I believe.
Yes.
So the first thing is reading sprints, which, again, you don't have to read this book for the sprint. It's just to give everyone a designated time if they need it in order to read the book. And those will be next Tuesday at 7:30, I believe, right?
Yep, same time as today.
Yes, and I did put the link. So since it's streamed on all 3 of our channels, you can watch it from any 3 of those channels, and I put all 3 links in the description of this video.
Wow,
so you can just take your pick, or you can close your eyes and click, and
it really does not matter which one you click.
Yep, the video will be all the same, and it'll be great. But yeah, that's next Tuesday, and then the discussion will be the following Tuesday, also at 7:30, also on all of our channels.
Yes, so we'll be reading this, and then the other one is Stay Awake by Megan Golden. I don't have my copy with me, but it's red. And this is horror. And
oh yeah, it is The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. I don't think we actually said any of that.
No, we're just like this book.
Just keep holding it up.
Yeah. And then Stay Awake is a thriller. So
I need to get
that. Are sprints on my channel for Stay Awake?
Sprints are everything in September is on all three channels.
Okay, good. I'm like, why haven't we talked about this? But I talked about this in the video that I posted. Sorry.
Yeah, we have talked about it.
We have. I talked about
We have talked.
We have talked about
it. Yes, The Twisted Ones is on Scribd as an audiobook. I don't know if the ebook is.
Yes.
But
hey. Glad you guys are joining us. I'm so excited for this one. And T. King, I get to meet T. Kingfisher next month too.
Me too. I am coming.
When is it? When am I coming to?
It's September 24th. Do you want to come?
It's on a Saturday. That's why I told you
that's
before
why.
you look.
It's like a big book festival for my town.
Take pictures for me.
Of course.
I'm gonna just bring a stack of books. I'm sad that we can't get Grady Hendrix to sign anything.
I think we can.
I think it said maybe. I don't know. I didn't read it very well.
I will ask. I'm friends with all the booksellers.
Of course you are.
Love that.
I'll just carry all of mine.
So I'll ask. I'll message one of them and I will ask.
Okay, cool.
But let's get tickets first and then worry about them. Because I'm worried about tickets first.
Well, I already have the books.
Okay,
so
yeah.
It's not like I'm buying them specifically for that.
I'm worried. Ebook is on Scribd, great. I should get the audiobook of.
Yeah. Also, the Blake Crouch question.
Yes. Oh yeah, I think Nellie started. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the Pines trilogy is very good. I have not read any of the other stuff. I'm kind of scared to because he has posted his favorites and all of the older ones are just at the bottom and I'm like, I don't know.
Do you think it has to do with the adaptions? I feel like that would skew how I feel about a book.
Maybe.
Everyone is in agreement.
I feel like he's an auto-buy author. I just feel like his sci-fi is so accessible and also this was a thriller too. And I was just
his are all very much sci-fi thrillers.
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time.
The Pines trilogy goes into horror.
I know. I can finally rate this book on Goodreads. Let me go do that.
Oh yeah, I have to do that. So good. Now I need to make time to read Dark Matter, but I think I will wait a bit. Too much science at one time.
It's very different.
It's so different. I don't think it's definitely less science. I think you should read it immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different kind of science.
I'm probably gonna have to read this first, so I don't run out of time.
True. Yeah, we're doing a lot in September.
If I have time between this one and Stay Awake, or after Stay Awake, I will try. But I also have 13 books coming.
Yeah,
because I accidentally bought so many.
It's fine,
but it's fine. Everything's
fine. We did good. We're getting better at this.
We are. Well, I think. Anyone have any final thoughts? Final things.
Thanks for coming.
Read Dark Matter.
Read Dark Matter. I will read. I checked out Recursion. There was no wait.
Ooh,
nice.
So I'm gonna read it.
Read Blake Crouch. Read Dark Matter.
I'm glad y'all were mostly on my side. Everyone had higher ratings except Nellie.
This was our most successful book club pick so far, I feel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, there were a lot of people that liked the appeal, but
we didn't love the
I
appeal
feel-
the way we thought we would, I think. I think we went into it with too high expectations, which now I have no expectations for anything ever anymore, so I'm fine.
I try not to, but it was really hard with this.
It was really, like, that one was really,
Yeah.
that was rough.
Yeah.
True. Thank you for joining, and glad that we could get you to read Upgrade. Because it was a time. It's a whole time.
Thanks for coming, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be here same time next Tuesday for reading sprints, not for
Hit anyone's channel. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Literally anywhere.
If you're looking for more sprints before then, I have sprints on my channel tomorrow at 12 Eastern. And then I also have sprints on my channel on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern PM. Michelle has them at I said 7:30, I meant 7. Michelle has them Friday at 7. I think that's all until Tuesday. Oh, and then Michelle will have sprints during the day on Tuesday. Nope. Just kidding. It'll be next Thursday.
Yep.
Perfect. And obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone here is probably already subscribed to you guys. So I don't think that needs to be said. But for anyone who watches this later, if you're not subscribed to Lexi and Michelle, please go do that. Because they deserve it, obviously.
I like how we're in MLM.
We are in MLM.
We did it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the MLM.
I think I was late.
Welcome to the pyramid.
All right, say goodbye.
Bye.